Lovers of freedom all over the world, I greet you. All seekers of justice, all who stands for fairness and equity, I salute you. I doff my hat for you. Every good person who is equally trapped, just like we are in this contraption, rejoice because God has decided to loosen us from the shackles of the wicked. My address today is on issue that affects all of us. Biafrans are going, some other persons who desire good life, good standard of living. After all, what we are all asking and seeking for, fighting for, is for a better life, where there is a better opportunity, where there is safety, above all. A society where there is safety, better life, and which have better opportunity for all and sundry. That is why we are fighting. So, lovers of freedom, all believers in justice, here is Ekpa, and I have come to give you the update. The Arewa Consultative Forum with the Northern Elders Forum, they had a closed-door meeting in Asokoro today, and they decided that they are going to pressure Bola Ahmed Tinubu to file a suit against Mazi Simon Ekpa, our PM, and every other person who refers to Nigeria as a terrorist state. Hold on, a lot. We are loaded. We are giving you updates. You will be happy at the end of this program. Yes, like I said, Ekpa here with you. Do good to subscribe to this channel. Hit on the like button of this particular program so that many other people will see it, because we need to see it. This is an update that will be very helpful to all of us. Yes, it is coming. I have not given you the update yet. This is a preamble. You have not heard. All right. The Northern Elders Forum, which is an instrument of, should I say, destruction, but these are a group of elders who see black and decides to call it white. But that is not going to bother us. What will bother us is the subject matter. That the Nigerian state have been referred to constantly by some people as a terrorist state. Now the question is, to you, now who is listening to this very issue as it arises, what makes for terrorism? What is terrorism? Then, if you can define terrorism, who are terrorists? Then, if you know who are terrorists, then do you think it is wrong for anyone to refer a state like this as a terrorist state? Do you think that kidnap is an element of terrorism? Okay, you do, right? And a man who acts or stands for a right provided by international laws and charters, self-determination, which is a civil right, is kidnapped. And upon the kidnap, the state tried to indict a responsible body, a responsible security outfit, Interpol, tried to implicate them, hoodwink them into the dirty deal. But to the shock of everyone, the Interpol leader, African general leader of Interpol, came out to say no. That what happened was not an act of Interpol, that Interpol had nothing to do with that, and rather, that can best be said to be a kidnap, and that Interpol must be disassociated, rather. Or, if not, he might be fighting anyone who tried to hoodwink the clean security body in the mess. That is not where we are going today. Please listen on. We have something better to tell you. Yes. In order for us to get to our destination this day, to forward this argument or this program, it will be fine we refer to Nigerian dailies to determine if really Nigerian state is really qualified or is qualified to be referred as a terrorist state. Please, YouTube, there is no disinformation here. Whatever we are going to give out here today will be we'll be making reference to Nigerian accepted media outlets, Nigerian newspapers. We will be referring to Nigerian daily newspapers, so, and televisions, because there are places where Channel TV, Arise TV will come in. Please, so please, sir, you that is always peeping through those what can be considered as a flag up and that, please, we are not disinforming anybody. We are not inciting. We are presenting real life situation and the perfect judgment. All right, we swing into actions. Going to Punch newspaper, 2019, 17th May. According to Sun newspaper, Mieti Allah admits and clarifies on the 100 billion naira demand from the federal government of Nigeria. Mieti Allah is the terrorist organization that came open to accept or claim they own up their terror activities, and I have them also here from Nigerian newspapers. So the question is a state like this worthy of being referred to as a terrorist state? The answer now should be answered. The response should be coming from you now. You are the one to answer. So now on 17th May 2019, the National Secretary of the Mieti Allah terrorist organization, Allah Kautal Hure. What did he say? We must read on. Mr. Saleh Hassan has said his group indeed demanded from the federal government of Nigeria for the payment which Goodluck Jonathan accepted he was going to, make to them. But he failed. So, his failure must not be blamed on them, the Mieti Allah organization. All right, we are going over to People's Gazette, Nigeria. People's Gazette, Nigeria. And this is on the 24th of January 2021. Much closer. Reports. Reports have re-emerged of a probable truce settlement between the Buhari administration and the Mieti Allah Cattle Breeders Association, as it ought to be originally, but maybe transmogrified into something more serious. So we are not going to stop this our exposure here, but before we go forward, Mieti Allah here said they are owning up their demand And this demand is like ransom or bribe from the federal government of Nigeria. Give us 100 billion naira and we will save you some headache. Give us 100 billion naira, we will not disturb your state again. And because President Goodluck Jonathan dared them, hence the cluster of terror attacks across Nigerian communities, especially from the north central, that's the middle belt of Nigeria. You can see that. Good. We are not stopping there. We must move forward. We are now going into Punch newspaper. Punch newspaper. Punch newspaper, 17th May 2019. Mieti Allah admits and clarifies 100 billion naira demand from federal government of Nigeria. This one now authenticates the previous that we read, so we are not going to dwell on it. Yet again, we are going to People's Gazette. People's Gazette, this, I mean the one that happened this particular year under Tinubu's administration. Now they say the killings, that is the headline. Buhari offered 100 billion compensation to the Fulani herdsmen. They call them now Fulani herdsmen. Why? He don't want them to continue to give headache to the country, or that he is complicit. So maybe he joins their elders, the terrorist organization elders, to marshal out this clips, we say scripts. Now they write the scripts. They say when they give trouble so much, then we will now give ransom for them to come down from time to time. That way we'll be getting richer. So a state that is run like this, is that state what's being referred to as a terrorist state? I am not going to answer that. Rather, I am going to call on you to continue. That's okay, 2021. That's under Buhari, it's not 2024. Pardon that error. Now we are going to Vanguard. Vanguard newspaper. Vanguard newspaper, are you there? Because read through you will be seeing it on the screen. Spate of killing. If Mieti Allah owns up to killing, government and the security agencies know what to do. If they own up to killings, the government and security agencies know what to do. That is Tanko Yakasea. That is the Vanguard newspaper reporting. Government knows exactly what to do. Then Maxi Oku, people responded, people reacted. They say, we're not going to allow this one to continue. We must talk, because this is, if you talk, you buy. If you don't talk, you buy, like Dino Melaya would say. So now, government has not shown seriousness in tackling these issues of insecurity, especially having to do with Boko Haram and their other affiliates, the terrorist units they call the Mieti Allah. And so, then Mieti Allah statement, most irresponsible, that is Maxi Oku. Maxi Oku. You get that? People are reacting. Why you would even be talking about giving these people 100 billion naira when you are owing workers? So workers are old, though, this period we are talking about. Now we will go to another newspaper with another supporting evidence. Yes. Buhari deters as Mieti Allah claims responsibility for Plateau killings. The government of Nigeria under Muhammadu Buhari deters. 2018. Now let us see a little if we can give you a little more from that. The brutal and mindless killings in the country, especially those perpetrated by the Fulani military or militia in the northern Nigeria, North Central to be precise, North Central states or Middle Belt as it is better called, of Nigeria, may continue. It may continue to unabated as analysts say Nigerian President Muhammadu Buhari continue to, deter, is afraid or unwilling to order a clampdown on the known perpetrators of the killings, even as they openly take responsibility for the actions. Rather, the president was content to blame other factors, including climate change and opposition politicians, for the crisis in the region and in the country at large. Now, you heard this guy saying, and he's justifying the fact that someone cannot, this state cannot, doesn't have any right or any argument to escape being referred to as a terrorist state. So from this, that the government is going to shoot itself on the leg if it proceeds with, if it listens to the advice from the Northern Elders Forum and the Arewa Consultative Forum, by going to sue Mazi Simon Ekpa for, and others, for always referring to this state as a terrorist state. So now we are justified, and this argument has been validated, that there is a government that actually do sponsor evil against its own, against itself. But we must continue to give you the update, the spate of killing. If Mieti Allah owns up the killings, governments and security agencies know what to do. In case the government don't know what to do, is everybody going to fold his or her hand? Of course, no. Some people will definitely have to rise up, and in so doing, like real men. Like real men. So Yakasua, now you sabi yourself, you can decide whatever you want. Now you get your body. Let us continue to read from the newspapers. Vanguard newspaper. Killings. Benue will drag Mieti Allah to ICC. Justice Commissioner of Justice. That Benue State will drag Mieti Allah to court. Why? Because Benue State government acknowledged that the Mieti Allah is a terrorist group. They validate the argument. In fact, they have given more life to the argument than ever before. Okay, you can see again from Vanguard newspaper on September 15th, 2022, Vanguard newspaper reports that, as the headline goes, killings, Benue will drag Mieti Allah to ICC, Commissioner of Justice. Why? They said that the Benue State government confirmed that the killings in Benue State is all executed by this terrorist organization. We are going, follow every bit of this discussion so that you know where we are heading to. By the time we get to the real place, when we get to the real target point, you will now know. I know you would have answered the question, but you need to know more. The Benue State said they have terrorized them a lot. In fact, the Commissioner of Justice referred to different occasions where the Mieti Allah leadership owned up these things and threatens to do more. And the federal government of Nigeria folded its hand. And the governor then said, no, this can no longer continue. You get that? If you don't get it, forget about it. Let us continue. Vanguard newspaper again. We are taking from Vanguard, still Tanko Yakashwa. The spate of killing. If Mieti Allah owns up killings, let us ignore this one. We have read it before. Then let us go now deeper. Where the commissioner of police, that according to Peter Durum from Makode reporting, the Benue State government has said it would soon drag the Mieti Allah terrorist organization to the International Criminal Court (ICC) at The Hague over the mindless invasion and killings in the state by armed Fulani herdsmen. The state Attorney General and Commissioner of Justice, Mr. Michael Gasu or Gusa, who made this known on Thursday in Makodi, said it was incumbent on the government to take the action since from available records, the masterminds of all these terror activities the masterminds of the genocides in the states was already known by their victims. Their victims already know who they are, so there is nothing unclear. It's a clear thing, and it's a straightforward application or suit. Now the Justice Commissioner, okay, let's continue. And our killers also know themselves. Even if we don't know them, they also know themselves. But unfortunately to them, we know them. Now they also know themselves. And other people outside us too know them. Because even from US, from the White House, there was a time Donald Trump addressed the Nigerian president that the report of the killings in Christian communities in the north is too much. So let us continue. Some of you can remember that it was in the dailies. Now the Justice Commission of the Commission of Justice, who noted a recent threat by the National Secretary General of the Mieti Allah organizations, Alhaji Salah Al-Hassan, to drag Governor Samuel Ortom before the ICC, said the threat was preemptive given their fear that the state government would take the group to court. Did you get that? The Mieti Allah secretary, said that they are also going to sue the Benue State governor. Then ask, why do they want to sue the Benue State governor, the state that is their victims? Now they are going to sue him because they said that it is a preemptive lawsuit. Since they already heard that these ones are going to sue them, now they are going to preempt the suing. That they are going to sue them before they sue them. Sue the Benue State government before the Benue State government sues them, Mieti Allah terrorist organization. You can get that? Good. We are progressing. We are progressing in the right direction. Definitely not in error. Not at all in error. So now we continue with the Vanguard news. According to Attorney General, I think what they said was just to preempt what the Benue State government would do to them, because we recall that they have always come up to justify and own up the killings of our people, the killings they carry out in our state, which is rampant. Every corner of the state is under this attack. Not only the state, but this is the state who is taking their own action for themselves. So other states may choose to be quiet and be happy with every nonsense. So, but them as a government will not accept it. So that's why they're going to sue. All right, we are still getting to the answer. We are still going to so they are only saying that it is a preemptive effort or step. Now, so the entire genocide and ethnic cleansing that is going on in the states have been put on their doorsteps. We have records of these statements and all that's needed. Okay, we continue. Recall that when the anti-open grazing law came into being in 2017, they came out to say that they would not obey the law. Clearly, they said they will not obey the law. That the anti-grazing, you're making it for yourself. For all those states who are doing this thing, by the time they are done militarizing, by the time they are done terrorizing your place, your state, your community, you will know whether you will reverse the anti-grazing law or not. That's what they... And now, when the implementation of the anti-grazing law started, now they came on New Year Day and killed so many people in the state. Vanguard newspaper. This is Vanguard newspaper we are still reading. Now, that massacre led to the mass burial that was conducted in the state in 2018. That they came and claimed responsibility because they were protesting the implementation of the law. So when you are tied in the southern Nigeria for protesting, for ordinary protest, you go to the street, you protest. Oh, we no go agree with placards. We no go agree. Oh, we no go agree. End bad governance. End bad. End SARS. End this. End that. End hunger. These other ones go on rampage in people's community as their own way of protest. Do you know what will happen when they do this? What is this protest? They go to a community or meet different communities and prepare a New Year present, New Year package for the community people. Guess what this New Year present will be? Cluster of death. The deaths of the indigenous people. The deaths of indigenous population, because they say they don't want to. They passed a law. The state assembly passed a law. Now you protest against the law. They're targeting their lives. It really got out of hands. It's really gotten out of hands. So they are having their field day. But you cannot use your placards to do the same thing in southern Nigeria. We remember how many times protesters in southern Nigeria were tried so mercilessly. We know in southern Nigeria. But let us continue. Let us continue. That massacre led to the mass burial that you all recorded. Now we read, Nigerians on social media have called for the arrest of Chairman North Central Zone of Mieti Allah Cattle Breeders Association of Nigeria, Magban Danladi Siroma, for claiming that the Sunday attack on Plateau State villagers was in retaliation to the death of their the cattle. Daily Post reports that the chairman, North Central Zone of Mieti Allah Cattle Breeders Association of Nigeria, Magban Danladi Siroma, on Monday claimed that the killing of 86 persons in Brazat, Ruku, Nyakura, and Ganarop villages of Gashish district in Bakin Ladi local government area 1 of Plateau State was in retaliation to the killing of over 300 cows in the last few weeks by the villagers. We have to continue. That's the killings by the villagers. That is what they are. That's the thing they are revenging now. But you know, they said that the president must not touch the security chiefs. Nobody must sack them. And you know what it means, that some people were working hand in hand with some people to constitute terror, and these people are the real appointees of the government, not just appointee, the military of the state. The security apparatuses of the state are the ones who must not be touched. Their leaders are the ones that must not be touched. One understands why terrorism will never end in Nigeria from this. The problem is that people don't take time to read or to follow up. They are so lazy to read what is happening in their country. Now, he was quoted as saying these attacks are retaliatory. They are retaliatory as such as I don't support the killings of human beings. The truth must be told that those who carried out the attacks must be on a revenge mission. Now, there have been, recent reports of cow rustling and destruction of farmers destruction of farms between the Berum farmers and the Fulani herdsmen. Now, the people carrying out these criminal activities are well known by the communities, but the communities are hiding them. The criminal activities are well known to the communities, but the communities are hiding them. These communities, if you speak, you are tied. If you dare open your buccal cavity to talk, you are gone. So that's why we are just reading. Make person not talk, say now we talk. So just do what? Follow us. So there have been recent reports of cow rustling and destruction. So this is what they have come to do, what? Revenge. Now, reacting to the statement, Nigerians on social media call for justice on Mieti Allah for killings. Uncalled for. They kill rampantly as they will. Now, reacting to this statement, from Monday from Nigeria. No, now they asked that Buhari should declare them all terrorists, the same way he was quick to declare people who were exercising their human rights, right for self-determination. The Buhari-led government refused to prescribe these people. He was quick to prescribe a whole indigenous people of Biafra. What a joker. So now, they asked the Buhari government to declare the terrorist organization, their leader, vacant, and also in totally declare the company closed. Because the same way you look at an organization like IPOB to prescribe it, you are allowing the company of terrorists to continue to flourish. Are you not a terrorist state? Are you not a terrorist state? You must answer yourself. So now, wondering why the killer of innocent Nigerians were still walking freely around the streets of Nigeria, going on convoy of big Prado and other bigger Lexus 560, big other versions, bulletproof with plate number, well crested, engraved on the plate. Oh, you say, so these are the people that are now that we have been following. Nobody was bold enough to, in the Senate, nobody in the whole of the makeups of the government was bold enough to confront them. Imagine. Just imagine this kind of impunity. Oh. We must continue to read. We must continue to unveil. We must We must let the world know what we are passing through. Okay, now to further buttress my point, for us to navigate forward until we get to where we are going, check out what transpired, what happened in Arise Channels TV. On Channels TV on 10th May 2019. Mieti Allah is a legal stakeholder. Mieti Allah is a legal stakeholder in this country, in this our beloved nation, and should be respected accordingly. They must be respected. This is a legal stakeholder that nobody should challenge them. Nobody should. Then guess who is talking? Your president. Nigerian president is saying that the terrorist organization that has been responsible for the untimely death, for actual killing of thousands of Nigerians, is what? A stakeholder of the country. Now, the question of why the Mieti Allah had the courage, the temerity, the audacity to reverse, to turn down the order of the government of Nigeria and shut up Nigerian citizens, that nobody dared remove these security chiefs who are their brothers, and nobody dared remove them. They commanded that nobody must contemplate removing these people. Now you can see the reason. Because they are important stakeholders in the country, and the important stakeholders are the terrorists. So at this point, are you still minimizing words or being economical with truth? Are you still don't know if this is a terrorist state or not? You still don't know? No problem. 10th May 2019. Now the presidency said that Mieti Allah is a legal stakeholder, that is the Nigerian economy, agriculture was main source of Nigerian wealth. So these are important stakeholders. They are very, very important. And not just a terrorist state, but also a lying state. Lying. That agriculture is the main source of our allocation. And remember, it is this in the same lying tongue that they were bold and had the camera focused on them, telling the whole wide world that Interpol was the one that arrested Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. They already committed a crime, but they are still telling lies to cover up the crimes. Good. Let us also read from Sahara Reporters. Let's also read from Sahara Reporters. Garba Shehu defends Mieti Allah. Garba Shehu defends Mieti Allah. Says they should be respected. Don't look down on them. You must respect them. Mieti Allah are very peaceful people. No? So I am advocating you make sure you respect them and do all the needful. Sitting on a keg of gunpowder in a country. Mieti Allah, like any other trade or community, ethnic organization or interest group, is a legal stakeholder in our nation. Yes, let us continue to read. Presidency defends comparing Mieti Allah, that is, I think he should be secretary to the government. Now, presidency defends comparing Mieti Allah to Afeni Ferry. Ohaneze Ndibo, and other socio-cultural organizations without necessarily doing a good research. Even what is in the surface, from surface view, you should see, they cannot see. I don't blame them. I don't blame them. They are government, but they know what they want. They know what they want, so they don't want to go into any kind of blame games. The presidency defends Mieti Allah. Defense tells people to stop comparing Mieti Allah. And let us continue reading first. Okay, now to further buttress my point, for us to navigate forward until we get to where we are going, check out what transpired, what happened in Arise Channels TV. On Channels TV on 10th May 2019. Mieti Allah is a legal stakeholder. Mieti Allah is a legal stakeholder in this country, in this our beloved nation, and should be respected accordingly. They must be respected. This is a legal stakeholder that nobody should challenge them. Nobody should. But guess who is talking? Your president. Nigerian president is saying that the terrorist organization that has been responsible for the untimely death, for actual killing of thousands of Nigerians, is what? A stakeholder of the country. Now, the question of why the Mieti Allah had the courage, the temerity, the audacity to reverse, to turn down the order of the government of Nigeria and shut up Nigerian citizens, that nobody dared remove these security chiefs who are their brothers, and nobody dared remove them. They commanded that nobody must contemplate removing these people. Now you can see the reason. Because they are important stakeholders in the country, and the important stakeholders are the terrorists. So at this point, are you still minimizing what, or being economical with truth? Are you still don't know if this is a terrorist state or not? You still don't know. No problem. 10th May 2019. Now the presidency said that Mieti Allah is a legal stakeholder, that is, the Nigerian economy, agriculture was main source of Nigerian wealth. So these are important stakeholders. They are very, very important. And not just a terrorist state, but also a lying state. Lying. That agriculture is the main source of our allocation. And remember, it is this in the same lying tongue that they were bold and had the camera focused on them, telling the whole wide world that Interpol was the one that arrested Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. They already committed a crime, but they are still telling lies to cover up the crimes. Good. Let us also read from Sahara Reporters. Let's also read from Sahara Reporters. Garba Shehu defends Mieti Allah. Garba Shehu defends Mieti Allah. Says they should be respected. Don't look down on them. You must respect them. Mieti Allah are very peaceful people. So I am advocating you make sure you respect them and do all the needful. Sitting on the keg of gunpowder a country. Mieti Allah, like any other trade or community, ethnic organization, or interest group, is a legal stakeholder in our nation. Yes, let us continue to read. Presidency defends comparing Mieti Allah, that is, I think he should be secretary to the government. Now, presidency defends comparing Mieti Allah to Afeni Ferry, Ohaneze Ndibo, and other socio-cultural organizations without necessarily doing a good research. Even what is in the surface, from surface view, you should see, they cannot see. I don't blame them. I don't blame them. They are government, but they know what they want. They know what they want, so they don't want to go into any kind of blame games. The presidency defends Mieti Allah. Defense tells people to stop comparing Mieti Allah. And let us continue reading first. You know, they said we are a little dot. We are a dot in the cycle, or what? A little dot. So, Dot Nation, we are connecting the dots. We are connecting the dots. Are you surprised? All right, now check out why the presidency support the activities of the Mieti Allah and reiterated how they are very important stakeholders, like you're seeing. I think that was on May 19th, 10th May 2019. Now, the Mieti Allah, like any other trade community, ethnic organization or interest group, is a legal stakeholder in our nation and should, you know what, be respected as such. So these ethnic sociocultural organizations are stakeholders, really. That is including Ohaneze Ndibo. Okay, so why then, when these Ohaneze, who are supposed to all be important stakeholders, the Mieti Allah now, they think we don't use our head at all. They are important stakeholders. So why is it when the Ohaneze Ndibo came to the government head, Tinubu, they also went to Buhari, and they were not considered as stakeholders? All their appeal for their son to be released fell all on deaf ears. But you are here. We must continue. Now look at the kind of vehicles. I will show you. You will compare, you will contrast. Look at the kind of vehicles they are using. The presidency, the leaders of the Mieti Allah, quite bigger than the one used by the Nigerian Chief of Defense Staff, Chief of Naval Staff, Chief of Army Staff, all the top-ranking Nigerian officers who are not Fulani. Check, compare. Do a little compare and contrast. Compare. If I lied too much, look at this 570 Land Cruiser 2013, and you can see that modern technology, everything modern is coming. All right. You are seeing this convoy You are seeing this convoy. This is Mieti Allah leaders. They are the one cruising. That's why they will demand 100 billion today. Tomorrow they demand 200 billion, and so on, so forth. Look at. Now I want to show you what Nigerian Chief of Defense Staff uses. Look at. That is why Ekpa. Now you can see, as I have placed side by side the Nigerian Chief of Defense Staff where he appeared in public function. You see his own convoy. Can this compare to what the Mieti Allah leaders use at all? No, not at all. They just look at the terror. How they keep buying, they come to communities and attack, keep attacking. And somebody say, hey, Simon Ekpa, should stop this. But you are seeing how what he's doing is helping all of us. That is the breaking. Now look at the leader of Mieti Allah. The one that they summoned courage to apprehend, so much courage to, so much commitment, but you have seen that. You are seeing that. You are seeing the difference. You are seeing the difference. Terrorists, agitators, but the government is brutal with agitators who are doing what is legal, and see the treatment to the ones who are terrorists. You can see. FG, federal government, let us go to cable. FG, federal government of Nigeria withdraws terrorism charges against Mieti Allah leader. The Mieti Allah leader has been discharged for no crime of that in fact he is clean as anything now. No more investigations. No more investigations. FG, our court discharges Mieti Allah leader as AGF withdraws charges. Now look at what the terrorist organization are doing. The stakeholders. Look at what the stakeholders, Nigerian stakeholders, important stakeholders are doing to people's communities. Is the cassava still? What is? It's supposed done gas, cassala, not be cassava. Supposed done gas. If the government have the temerity to go outside their shores to kidnap somebody who is, and also go around chasing after anybody who says freedom. In fact, Nigerian National Assembly has worsened it to demonstrate their capability to make fast laws. They have demonstrated it very fast. They can. But why then they have not done all this while? Something to be investigated. Okay, there is something fishy. Shady deals. Now look at this. They are buying innocent people who are Christians in this manner. Nothing is happening. Nothing, absolutely nothing is happening. Is that not a signal? It is. It is. They buy our people. They buy Biafrans. But they are protecting serial killers, terrorist organization. Look at this. And these people are called stakeholders. So why would you not come to that conclusion that these people never loved me? Why are you protecting them? Can you defend now going forward that this is not a terrorist state? Many questions come into my mind to ask. The way and manner they butchered this person, just tied his hand behind. But I can't show the video here. Maybe during editing I will provide should I create I will provide a social media link where you can watch, or I give you contact so that I can share with you, my viewers. Now look at it. The Mieti Allah leader has been released, discharged of all his crimes relating to terror. Now the Federal High Court in Abuja has discharged the very known notorious terrorist. He has been discharged. They say he has committed no crime. There is no more terror charges against him. He is a free man, walking like birds in the air. The Federal High Court in Abuja has discharged Alhaji Bello Bodejo, president of the Mieti Allah more blah 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 and whatever. He has been released, discharged. Has Mazin Nnamdi Kanu been released? No. Has all the other persons detained in this account of freedom released? Never. But what is the problem? The producers. A lot of them force people into coming in. So, from the beginning of this journey, of this program, as you followed me, if you miss any step, you might be lost. As you followed me, all the 3 questions I asked here have been answered. But you are the one to answer yourself too. They want to sue Simon Ekpa and everyone who calls the state a terrorist state. Why then haven't they taken the action for real? Why? You need to answer. Why? Let them go. Let them follow up the case. They will then now answer the international community whether or not they are really a terrorist state. A terrorist state that embraces terrorists. A state where the vice president, the leader of the country, is pointed severally, countlessly, having some involvement or having some tie with the terrorist organization. He was captured eating, dining with them also, physically, no more argument. The country where terrorists are called principal important stakeholders. What do you expect of such a society? Is that why won't anybody call that society a terrorist state? Is there any reason? No. Of course, no. No reason whatsoever. No reason. The way the terrorist organization reacted when the government of Nigeria was about yielding to the clarion call, to the call of Nigerians for the change or for retracting the appointment given to security chiefs. They fled up. They roared like lions. Say, no, you cannot do that. Why? How dare you? Dare you not go that area? Don't go there. You want to break the code? No, go area again. Why then do you say a state where the presidency said that these people are stakeholders, and the terrorist organization themselves, who are called stakeholders by the presidency, accepted to, the accepted that there might be security challenges, but you must return these people. I will say, why? I said, no, we don't know. It's happening. Reaction from, but you people dare not touch these people. They must remain in their offices. And these are reputable terrorist organizations all over the world. Reputable terrorist organizations. They say you dare not do changes against their will, and their will prevailed. Fellow dear friends, lovers of freedom, let us follow the logic again. Let us follow the logic. You have said you don't want to agree, they are this, they are that. Now we have asked you, have these people in any way tried to rip anybody around, or they maintained their status quo? These people, they just want to be politicians, but they don't know where they are dealt with, where heavy blow have been meted against them. But because the question must be answered by you, that is why I want to now attend to other issues. The next question there is that, why are they always so infuriated? Why? Once any topic that regards going close to that architecture, they know you dare not come close. Again, why is it that when there is terrorism, when there is terror acts in the society, these people, it's terror from these Fulani people? Why is it that whenever it comes up, there is no marching action, no powerful action demonstrated to clamp down on them, like Nigerians observed in one of the newspapers I read out? So why not clamp down on them? But your pythons were dancing in Southeast, unless that is absolute humiliation. Is it working in this area? Need for the humiliation. So this is what they, and you don't want to accept that this is a terrorist state. You must answer the question yourself. I am not going to help anybody answer the question. I can only interpret to myself. When attacks happen, they are not. But when there was end bad government protests, you see thousands recruitment going on like magic. Everybody came out on social media to help them grow. But it is not terror to the state, because they are part of the state. They are heroes of democracy. So stakeholders are also heroes. So they are good for. But why not ask another question? Why is it that whenever they ask for ransom, the government runs around to give them? Sometimes on their accounts. They are not afraid. They are moving freely. They are moving freely. And people are seeing them. I swear. Make sure you remember to subscribe to this channel. Share the videos. Drop your comments. And we are good to go. Boom. Nigeria has been called a terrorist state by different people at from different background, but the most amplified one are from the IPOB fold, Biafran agitators. Is Nigeria really a terrorist state? Please, it is for you to answer. Is Nigeria really a terrorist state? It is for you to answer, not me. It's a decision. So why not me? So at the end, what is here is the Northern Elders Forum said they are going to arrest Mazi Simon Ekpa, our PM, because he is one of the most vociferous people who call the state a terrorist state. In fact, he does that every day. So they make sure they will take him to court. So praise for Mazi Simon Ekpa to be taken to court, to ICC, for calling the state a terrorist state. Not the one you will say, no, this one we pray that they go ahead to do that so that we will make case. A terrorist state. If we want to read, we will get tired and we will sleep here. We can't finish. There are so many reasons, countless reasons why the state is a terrorist state. Simon Ekpa must be taken to that court so that he will answer for himself. So that they will defend themselves also. Why they sponsor terror? They pay blind eye to terror. They sponsor terror. And all of that. But for now, let it be. Yadibagudu. Till Masoza. Thank you. You do the rule.